Hey, what's popping with the Errol Spence, Bud Crawford Part 2, the rematch? What's going on? Because from where I'm standing, the time has expired. Yeah, I got the details. We're going to talk about that in this video. What up, YouTube? Big T.O. Heavy Bad Boxing TV. Man, if you don't get your big, goofy looking ass in here and hit the bag, hit that like button for your boy, that helps the channel. You know, I appreciate that love. Shout out my gang, my bag hitters, D1, Merc1, ML21, Skinny JT, Black Jesus, my guy Troy Jack, Keywan, Rebel Life, Modern King, Letitia, YK World, and my guy Tyree Celestin. Salute 3 times to my guy Tyree Celestin, man, hitting up that super thanks for your boy. He's also in the intro. Y'all probably can't peep him out, but he's in there, and I appreciate you for that love, boy. All right, now listen, Errol Spence, Bud Crawford, Part 2. The deadline has come and gone, right? The fight was July 29th, that Saturday. And of course, July has 31 days. Today is the 30th, right? So actually we 32 days later, and I've been scraping the internet over the last few days, just trying to see and make sure I can get some confirmation that he has in fact activated his rematch clause. And I ain't seen nothing. And somebody would have broke this news. Old media, new media, I don't give a damn. Somebody would have came forth with the actual factuals letting us know that this rematch is confirmed. And I haven't seen that yet from a credible source. Now, how credible is Showbiz the Adult? Maybe some of you don't know him. I don't mind shouting out other channels. Now, I got to tell you, I'm not a follower or, a fan of Showbiz the Adult, but he's a very, very popular boxing YouTube guy. And I seen a title come across my feed with Showbiz the Adult saying that Errol Spence and Bud Crawford Part 2 is happening. No doubt. So according to Showbiz the Adult, and listen, I never take anybody for face value. That's completely your discretion. I don't know who they know. So I even though I don't take them for face value, I don't, doubt what they saying is false either. So he could very well be telling the complete honest truth. Maybe he is. He appears to get a lot of love, so that's what it is. But according to him, he's saying he spoke with somebody basically from a source close to Errol Spence's team, and that this rematch was happening. No ifs, ands, buts about it. Put your mind at ease, Errol Spence Jr. fans. He's saying that this fight is going to happen, and that's the closest source I've seen, or if you want to even call it that. He's telling you in the video to call, and he's calling himself the source. So if you want to go along with what he's reporting, that's up to you. But that's the closest thing that I've got to any kind of confirmation that this fight is happening. Now, is it actually happening? I don't know. I feel like maybe Errol came to his senses, or somebody talked him out of doing this something to create, as crazy as rematching Bud right away. I just don't believe that he has to do the immediate rematch. I don't believe that Bud is going to leave him hanging if he allows the contract deadline to expire, right? He needs to get a tune-up at 54. And again, look, this is already about to be August, right? The 31st, and then it'll be August or September. The 31st, and then it'll be September the 1st. If you do the rematch and you're targeting December, like he said, at 54, then you got 2 months that you probably pretty much not doing a whole lot. You already suspended. You then took the worst beating. Bud and put the worst beating of your life. He put the worst beating of your life on you. You know what I'm saying? It's a one-sided ass whooping. You having some mental games going on upstairs. You know what I'm saying? You probably asking yourself, hey, can I really beat this guy? So there's a lot going on upstairs in those first 2 months. And then you go right into a training camp, right? That's going to probably last about 8 weeks. You're talking about October and November, right? And then you roll right into fight month, where it's going to be a lot of press. You got to do a lot of press, which is going to take away from training time because you got to sell the fight. So what you really looking at here is maybe 8, if you're lucky, collectively 9 weeks to really change what you need to change in order for this fight with Bud Crawford to be competitive. And mind you, now that Bud has fought you already, he's got a lot of data downloaded, right? If anything, Bud will be better in the rematch as well, right? He already had your timing down impeccably. I don't know if it can get much better, but maybe he improves that much as well too. I don't think you can change Spence's fundamentals and repetitive muscle memory in the span of 8 or 9 weeks. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me to do this rematch. Why not, take some time, maybe get a tune-up at 154, and then, build that confidence back, get you a win, avoid back-to-back losses, a lot like Canelo Alvarez did, and a lot of the greats who lost. They made sure that they was in a situation where it was a more than likely winnable fight next fight. That helps jumping right back in the win column. That helps the mental. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know what Errol Spence is facing mentally. I think Bud's going to have a huge mental advantage going into the rematch. But as far as the rematch clause is concerned, the fight was July the 29th. It's the 30th. It's 32 days, bro. It's officially expired. And again, I've scraped, I've combed, I haven't seen anything confirming that he's activated this rematch clause. So as far as I'm concerned, it's past the deadline. This would be totally up to Bud Crawford. Now, the amount of class that Bud has already displayed and how he's told us on several occasions, how he respects Errol Spence, it leads me to believe whatever Errol Spence wanted to do, he'd be game. He's more than willing to give that brother another shot, and he really doesn't have to rush this rematch. And I think he should use Bud's respect and take advantage of Bud's respect for him and his kindness and his, and I want to say his sympathy because, the boy lost bad and it's his first loss and it was for everything. And even though Bud was the guy doing the damage, I think out of respect and sympathy, I think he wouldn't mind seeing him a little later down the line and getting something done and honoring him in that way. Because again, Spence did give up a lot to make sure this fight happen and to give Bud that opportunity as well. And I really believe Bud is extremely appreciative about it. But to rush into an immediate rematch, I'm kind of glad that the time has lapsed and maybe they got a different perspective on this thing and they choose to go another route. Hopefully, because if not, with the back-to-back losses and that back-to-back embarrassment, it's going to be hard for Spence moving forward. And that type of mental thing in the future for even with other fighters, it'll be there and it'll be even bigger at this point. So, I hope that's not the direction. I hope he doesn't do this rematch. But according to Showbiz, it's going down. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section, man. That's all I got for y'all on this one, man. Big T.O. heavy bag. I got my guy with me. Rogers in the building. He got something he want to talk to the people who think Errol Spence should be doing this immediate rematch. What you got to say about that, Roger?
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.